Well, they did it. They did it again. The DNC strikes again. The DNC excluded Mike Gravel from the July debates this month, even though he met the required 65,000 individual unique donors. And thank you for donating to Mike Gravel if you donated. They still excluded him even though he met their requirements. Now, as most of you know, you have to be polling at 1% alongside that 65,000 donor threshold. But here's the catch. Those qualifying polls that the DNC ordains, Mike Gravel was left out of at least half of them. Pretty convenient, wouldn't you say? These people will do anything to get an edge over populist and progressive candidates, I swear. So, you have a bunch of no-namers who didn't meet donor requirements who are going to be on the debate stage. But Mike Gravel isn't. And that should be the only requirement. I'm so sick of this poll crap. Polls all have margins of error that are above 5% most of the time. Okay? They're 4 to 6% is pretty average from everything I've seen. So polling at 1% is going to be off if there's a margin of error that's around 5 or 6%. I just don't get it. It should be 65,000 unique donors, and that's it. But no. This is how they pull their strings. And I remember Tulsi being left out of polls. I remember Andrew Yang being out of polls. And Mike Gravel was probably the most left out of any poll I saw this year. And I've seen tons of polls. I cover polls. And he had to have been the name that was left off the most. He had to have. Next to Andrew Yang and Tulsi Gabbard. Conveniently left out of polls. You saw it on MSNBC. They'll do anything. The DNC will do anything they can to work against, pathologically work against, populist and progressive candidates that the people want. They did it to Bernie Sanders in 2016, and they're doing it again in the 2020 cycle, and expect nothing less. It's really disheartening, friends. It's really soul-crushing. This is democracy? It's comical. The DNC are pulling puppet strings with who they want us to see and who they don't. And Mike Gravel is the latest. So I think Mike Gravel is going to actually have this homegrown sort of debate thing where he's going to get some people who didn't make the July debate stage, and they're going to have their own little shindig, their own little debate structure. I think that's cool. I want to hear more about that. If you have any information about that, leave it down below. Appreciate that. But yeah, the DNC strikes again. And it's just starting. This is early in primary season. Okay, we got a long way to go. Just keep your eyes peeled. This stuff will be everywhere. All right, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click the bell. I will talk to you guys soon.